Hello and welcome back to Behind the Curve Collecting. In this video, we're going to be checking out a modern, retro-styled Megadrive controller. So the controller we're looking at today, and I'm hoping to give you my first impressions, my opinions, my thoughts and feelings, is the 8BitDo M30 wireless controller. So I feel like I've been having some issues from this original Megadrive controller, and rather than just buying another one for £5 or £10 in the hope that I get a good one or it's better, I just thought I'd spend, I think this was £17 with a small discount just to get this and try it out. And it'll take away the wires. I don't mind this spaghetti junction behind the consoles and into the TV and all that kind of stuff. You don't really see that as much. But coming out the front of the console, it would be awesome if I could get away from some of these wires and limitations and just pick up a wireless controller and play it. So that's what we're looking at today. And I'm hoping it's just going to be really straightforward and it's just going to feel great. Hopefully better, but yeah. First of all, let's get into unboxing this and having a little look at the controller. So as soon as I got the controller, straight off the bat, I just put the old one on top of the box, and as you can quite clearly see, the old one is going to be bigger than this new controller, which is fine, it's not a bad thing. So let's get into the box itself and have a little look. So this M30 is specifically for the Genesis and the Megadrive. Now I believe there is a different version which is for Switch. I think it might be more of a generic Bluetooth controller, so you can use it for the PC, Switch, Android devices, that kind of thing, where this is specifically for the Megadrive in my case. And it is, I want to say this is like half the price. I'll obviously put them on screen now. But yeah, I think this is the cheaper of the two. But at the end of this video, if you do want to go down the route and try this thing out, make sure you do get the Megadrive specific one. They're not the same. I have no idea if there's going to be batteries or charging or anything like that involved. Okay, we've got a cable. Okay, we've got a USB-C cable. That's nice to see. It's not like some micro USB or some old nonsense. The controller in a little sleeve. The little dongle. And a small instructions leaflet by the looks of it. Now, I think looking at the reviews or the reviews underneath on the page, there might be a little bit of confusion on how to connect this properly. But that's all I've got to go off so far. So let's get this bad boy out. And that immediately feels quite strange compared to the old one. The old one's kind of like a cold to the touch plastic finish, obviously. For anyone who's held a Megadrive controller, it's just a controller. There's nothing much to it. It's kind of elegant in its simplicity, honestly. Back in the days when you just had 3 buttons. Whereas the feel of this is a little bit weird. It does feel smaller in the hand, significantly smaller in the hand. So I'm not quite sure how this would hold up for a long play session, especially for someone with larger hands like myself. It possibly is a little bit too small for me. But as you can see, we're not quite comparing apples with apples on this video. This is a 6-button controller and it does also have top buttons. Not quite sure of any sort of extra functionality, considering that this is for the Megadrive and it shouldn't be for anything else. Not quite sure why we've got the top buttons and the 6 buttons. I imagine a few of those will be redundant in a lot of games. We do also have a few other buttons down here which I'm not quite sure what they are without looking at the instructions. Let's have a little feel of this D-pad. It feels good. Just for reference, this is how buttons feel when you press them, I guess, on this thing. You know, there's no sort of like premium feel to it as such, but then again, you know, a Megadrive controller is not exactly premium in the first place. This is how the original one sounds, at least mine does. So pretty loud and pretty imprecise, whereas this one, quieter. It feels a little bit more tight, a bit more compact, and hopefully it's just going to be everything that I need it to be, just decent, reliable, and a nice little controller. At the end of the day, I am not a hardware critic or reviewer. I'm someone that just likes kicking back and playing some of my retro games occasionally. And if that's something that you like to watch as well, or maybe you're also a game collector, you like to play some of these retro games and things, please do make sure you do like and subscribe to the channel. That helps me out massively in these videos. So back to this. Right, so in today's test, we will be using Alien Storm for the Megadrive, funnily enough. So first off, all I'm going to do is use my controller just to get a feel of it. I've not actually played the game yet. And then we'll try and connect this thing up and see how we go. Okay, here goes nothing. Now let's plug in the receiver. And then you start blinking, or are you paired? Press star to pair. That is a star. Oh, it's auto paired as far as I'm aware, so that's absolutely fine. So that's that little hurdle completely overcome. So as you can see, I have plugged it in USB-C just to the USB port I've got on the wall, because obviously I can't plug it into the Megadrive to charge it. So yes, it has got an inbuilt battery, no batteries required, and it reckons there's you can switch it between 3-button mode, 6-button mode. I'm not quite sure what these back buttons are at the moment. You've got a turbo function as well. It reckons it should be good for 35 hours of playtime, which is fantastic. That'll last me for months. And it'll take 1 to 2 hours to charge. Let's see how we fare. So I'm not using any of those buttons. I assume it's just going to be in 3-button mode by default. Yeah. So I think A, like, wipes the screen and brings a bomb down. I think that's what I figured out. C, I can do the roll. B, I fire my gun. Oh, good God. Yes, please. Yes. Oh, I'm up the edge of the screen. Brilliant. Oh, lovely. Straight into it. Ugh! What the hell was that just came out of that thing?
No.
No. No, he's sleeping.
These things are just never actually dead, are they? Oh, I didn't actually press A. I think I glanced A there, so that's going to be interesting to play it a bit longer just to see if that happens a lot, or whether it's just me button mashing. Ugh. What's the lore of this damn game? What are those creatures? Is that supposed to be a child? Oh. What the hell is that? Oh, they can still shoot behind it. Good stuff. What is this? That's so cool. Right. We'll call it there, I think. Okay, so there we have it. I've just pitted the original Megadrive controller, 3-button controller, against the 8BitDo M30 8-button controller. Looks damn thing. And it went smoothly. I had no issues at all. It auto-connected by the looks of it. The instructions for the short little bit that you actually need them in English for, there's not a lot there really. It's quite self-explanatory. There are things like turbo functions and switching it between 3 and 6-button layouts, which is great. And that was like £17, so I am utterly overjoyed. Now, the only thing that I noticed was the fact that the buttons are somewhat close together. It might just be me just having big old bloody digits, but the buttons are ever so slightly smaller. So whilst there is a similar gap between the buttons, I found it a little bit easier, especially with my thumb, accidentally knocking the A, which for this game seems to be like the nuke that wipes the screen. So whilst that was slightly frustrating, it was more the fact that I'm mashing the button quickly to fire. So I imagine as long as you're wary of it, it's okay. It shouldn't happen much, but obviously if you're moving your hand between buttons, that is the only negative I've got. I think that you might accidentally hit another button whilst you're moving your thumb between them, if you've got somewhat large thumbs, I suppose. The original Megadrive controllers, it fits in my hand better. I will give it that. It seems to be for adult hands. Yeah, it fits nicely, easy peasy. Don't have any issues with that. As I said before, it's a very simple design and it works. Whereas this, it's a bit harder. You're probably going to be holding it a little bit awkwardly, and over time I can imagine that it may become a little bit uncomfortable. So it's a shame that they maybe didn't do a slightly bigger version, big boy version, and that's going to save me picking up more old Mega Drive controllers and then going, oh, is this, you know, brilliant? So I'm sure this was a little bit, I'm sure some of these buttons are a little bit dodgy, and this just takes it all away. It looks fine, it feels pretty good in the hand. The battery in theory should last for a long time. Yes, I am very close to the receiver, so I couldn't tell you how far away you could be. What a thing. I love this. I'm really glad that I went down that route and just went, you know what, I'm just going to go for a modern solution. And I can do away with the wire coming off, which is nice. So I hope you like that little review, I suppose, the controller. That for me is like, yeah, I think 4.5 out of 5. If I were to give it a score, I obviously can't speak to long-term connectivity, long-term durability, but first impressions, that is bloody good. And I would recommend that if anyone wants to get away from an original Mega Drive controller, maybe you're not sure if your old controller's actually doing the job it's supposed to anymore because they are 35 years old or so, yeah, perish the thought, then for £17 or maybe even £20, the 8BitDo M30, what a bloody thing. That's my seal of approval right there. And if I never say anything about it ever again, it's probably because it's not done anything wrong. So what more can I say? So if you have enjoyed the video at all, please do remember to give the video a like. Please do subscribe to the channel for more of this content. The channel is anything from the likes of the Mega Drive to PS3, 360, Xbox One, PS4, branching across those 30 years there. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Do you have something like this or something similar to it? How do you find it? Am I going to potentially run into long-term issues? Hopefully I don't. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers.